Okay, welcome to Unit 5, Part 2. This is on 2D arrays, okay? And it's very similar to single arrays, except we add another bracket just in about everything. So here I created two arrays. I have int scores, bracket, bracket. This is explicitly, and the first row is represented by the first braces, and the second row is by the second braces, and they're all wrapped up in braces itself with a semicolon. Again, another example of that, I did string name, and I did Bob, Sue, and Sam, which would be the first row. Second row will be Kim, Jade, and Abe in the second row. So if you want to clear 2D arrays, you know what it looks like, the values inside the box. And again, it's just a square of columns and rows. That's what a 2D array looks like. You could do it explicitly. Let's say you don't know exactly how big the array is, okay, or you just want to declare a 2D array. You can put the brackets in front. First and last are two 2D arrays, or you can go first one 2D array, last one 2D arrays. Now I had to use different names because if I compile this, I can't have two last 2D arrays. Okay. So again, you could declare it this way with the brackets in front, and then you could just list the names of your 2D arrays, or you could list each name with 2D brackets separately. Okay. Again, if you want to give it a size, okay, you go int double bracket score A equals new int, and this is a 10 by 10. Okay. Here we got float double bracket prices, and again, the double brackets could be in front of prices if you want. New float 500 by 500, and here we have char codes, and again new char 1750 by 1000. So this one's not actually a square. These two are square arrays, meaning they have the same number of rows as columns. Okay. Here we did Boolean flags, a 2D array, and here we prompt them for a size. How big is your array? And we made it X. And here we created flags, X by X, which is 5 by 5, which is a square. So again, you could declare an array after, or create an array after you declared it. So we declared it first. Later on in our program, we prompt the user for a size, and then we go ahead and create it. The new operator actually creates it. Okay. To find the length of a 2D array, very similar to a regular array. Here I have z, it's an integer. It's going to hold the size of scores.length. Now this returns the number of rows. In this case, since we're using scores from up here, there are two rows, row 1, row 2. Okay. Here, if you want to find the number of columns, you have to take one of the rows. So we're taking a 0 row, and we're finding the length of that row. And in this one, it should return 4 because there are 4 elements per row. Okay. So, and then we system out, and we should get 2, 4. Okay. And that's how you find the length. Remember, this one gives you the rows, and this one gives you the columns. Now, if it's a square array, all you have to do is find the rows. Okay, since the rows and columns will be the same for it to be a square. But if it's not a square array, it's a rectangular array, then you have to find both. Okay. To do a loop, okay, it's very simple. We have a loop inside of a loop. Here we have int r, 0. We use r for rows. Okay, row is less than score.length. Okay, we don't want it equal to, because remember, there's always, this will tell you how many rows there are, and the first row starts at 0. R++. And then embedded in this for loop is another loop for columns. And we go int column col equals 0. Col is less than the first row length, column ++. And here we go ahead and system out scores r columns. The first one represents the rows. The second represents the columns. And I put a space there. Okay. And I put a print line, so it will show it on the next line. The second row will go on the next line. So this will go through the first row first, start a new line. It will come back through, go through the second row next. Okay, and jump out. Okay, so let's go ahead and run this. So how big is your array? And again, that goes from up here, where we prompt them how big your array, and we're going to go ahead and I'm going to say 5. And what that did was create a 5 by 5. Okay. Remember z2 y equals 4. That goes back when we found the length. Okay, right here. We found the length of rows to be 2 rows, 4 columns. And then you can see there's 2 rows, 4 columns. And then this for loop generates this output. And this is the output it generated. Okay, and it's 95, 56, 76, 58, and then 83, 60, 80, 65. And if you look up here, that's that right there. So we just went through a loop and outputted the first row and the second row. Okay, or row 0, row 1. Again, it's very similar to arrays in decorations, except we're adding an extra bracket. The length is a little bit different because you have to find 2 lengths, one for the column, one for the rows. This is rows, this is columns. And then you have to use a loop inside of a loop to transverse a matrix, or what we call a 2D array. Okay, some people refer to it as a matrix. A couple things. Passing arrays to methods. Okay, no different than single arrays, except we're adding an extra bracket. Okay, this tells me an array is coming in to this method called swap, and whatever comes in, again, it holds the reference to the original array in the method, in the main method, and any changes done to X will change the array in main. Okay, here if you're in main and you make a call, you just put the array name. So scores is the array, I just put the name, and it comes in here as an array. So X and scores both points to the exact same array, so any changes done to X changes scores. Remember, this is a call in main. Okay, if you have to return an array, a 2D array or an array, you put the array name here, just like you did here, whatever the array is called, and for the return, instead of putting void, you put int bracket bracket for a 2D array. If it's a single array, you could just put int bracket 1 bracket. Okay, so again, returning a 2D array, you just put the name of the 2D array here, and you put bracket bracket, meaning 2D array will replace whatever you have holding it over in main. Okay, that basically wraps up with 2D arrays. I know it's kind of short because basically it's the same thing as a 1D array, except you're adding an extra bracket for decorations. A little bit difference with length because there's 2 lengths now instead of 1, and now there's 2 loops instead of 1 to transverse a 2D array. Again, have fun programming, practice this code. If you need any help, stay after school, see me during study hall, and I'll get you the help that you need. And watch these videos again, and hopefully you have a good understanding of 2D arrays. Enjoy, continue programming.